All right, Shalom. I want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Shem Shai, Shem Kakwadash, the bonus of the apostles and elders of great millstone. Shalom to the Akim out there pushing the word of sincerity and in truth. Yeah, I just want to do this lesson on this female. And I remember her as a child. Some brothers are familiar, some brothers are unfamiliar. She was on the show called iCarly. And I guess her name is Jeanette McCurdy or whatnot. But she was a little girl in Hollywood, a child actor. That basically got exposed to the wicked reality of what goes on in Hollyweird, like Apostle Gabar says. What you see on media was projected on the forefront, the screen. You think everything is just shit and giggles. It seems like people on Nickelodeon or Disney. You watch these different shows and you be like, dang, they living their best life. I want to be a child actor. Or I always wanted to be a child actor. Hillary Duff, these certain individuals that were on Disney in these different television shows, and then you had other shows where you had child actors and things of that nature. But of course, us, I'm in the '90s, so I remember a lot of those children, that was in this era, was in the '90s era, But like I said, a lot of those individuals, they'll go to Hollywood and they'll start really getting rituals performed on them, and them being young and green, to what's going on. They don't know what the hell is going on. They just go off the course of the flow, and really the parents pretty much sell their souls, man, onto these whether it's movie directors or just these individuals that hold the position in Hollywood, these higher ups, lesser luminaries, but anyways, it says Jeanette McCurdy says Hollywood exploited her whole childhood. They knew exactly what they were doing. iCarly alum Jeanette McCurdy recalled how her mother, Deborah, did not intervene when she was served alcohol or photographed in a bikini as a teenager in her upcoming memoir, I'm Glad My Mom Died. You see? And it's a lot of these kids going to the actual trauma that they develop. A lot of them have to take therapy weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, and they spend, some of them spend a handsome amount of money, for that therapy because of all the witchcraft that was put on these children, man. Like this is a sick, sadistic world that we living in, and this devil, he takes it, he pushes the envelope, he pushes things full throttle on the minds of these kids, and he don't give a damn. That's why it's been so many so-called allegations that come out about individuals in Hollywood, Pizzagate, these different pedophilia rings, individuals that purchase these children at a phenomenally high rate, and they'll have them go overseas to get into God knows what, for their left-hand side pleasures. That's why adrenochrome is a thing, because they don't just sexually damage these children. They also harvest them. They preserve their certain said parts for power, for a form of empowerment. And like I said, that's the epitome of witchcraft. That's that Aleister Crowley mentality. If you go into Aleister Crowley and these top, which one of the top witches also, I think his name was Aaron Pike, like the father of Freemasonry, like these individuals, they understand plainly the power of how the left-hand side works and how to fully tap into the left-hand side. See, these devils aren't trying to just be these local witches that got a little pop-up shop, whatnot. Tarot card readers, flipping a card or two, just to make enough to pay for the their shop. These devils, they push witchcraft on countries. They had this show or this movie more so called World of Warcraft, and it shows how it was a chief warlock, and he would jump through portals, and death would pursue. Right when he touched the ground with him and his warriors. They were all warlocks because it's World of Warcraft, of course. But when he would touch down, you know, it would just leave a trail of bones. It would be a hellified amount of carnage, and for those that wouldn't submit, then you would of course have subjects, and they would actually set up shop their enterprises and move on to the next step. But that's the same concept with Esau, man. These different shows that you watch, you just think is just so far fetched. Oh, it's just something that just, it's cute. You know, people are, you look at the colors. The other people are blue. You know, but what does the saying go? Art imitates life. You know, even what Shakespeare spoke about how the world is a stage. So when you actually deal with these different these shows and stuff like that, and you see how things is developed and created, you see how they basically, and some of these directors, they have a voice. That's the only way they could communicate with the masses of the people without actually communicating with the masses of the people, if you get my drift. Scripture speak about how Esau is going to have his tongue to fall upon himself. So the tongue, goes into also the narrative. He has no choice but to push out a certain narrative that exposes himself. Is input and output. From the scripture even says that from the abundance of the heart the mouth speaketh. So whatever he is fully involved in is gonna come out in due time. But it takes a what's the word? Somebody with a spiritual acumen. Have a spiritual lens that the scriptures speak about, whose senses are exercised. To recognize what's being said, whether it's films and things of that nature, or publications. Because a lot of people, oh, she just mad because her career didn't take off. Talking about this iCarly girl, or these child actors are just mad. But most of these child actors are bugged the hell out, man. You look at Orlando Brown, I think that's their boy name. A lot of these, like I said, Disney kids, majority of them are jacked up in the head. I'm talking severely jacked up. A lot of them leave the country. A lot of them are on drugs. A lot of them, they don't even show their faces, and most people forget about them. But they do these things to be forgot about because they've been traumatized, and they understand if they speak on certain things, they might get put to death, So Nahum 3 and 4, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, that harlot being America. This is the most whorest country, on the face of the earth, the mistress of witchcraft. Yeah, so this is the top, chief level, God tier nation that worketh, on the left, that set of nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. Yeah, so a lot of these people done really sold their soul onto America from buying into what it has to offer. Like I said, Hollywood. If you look at most people they would kill to actually become a Hollywood actor. To kill to live in Hollywood. The actual life that comes with that, the fame, the notoriety, the actual, look at people that's on a walk of fame. A lot of people drop tears, just to be, if that's in the name of it, the Hollywood Walk of Fame or whatnot. People look at that. That's like the pinnacle of existence here in America, is just being a Hollywood actor. And really, that's the lowest form of specimen. You're basically a big boy degenerate. Yeah, you get, of course, perks, because that's what comes with selling your soul. Scripture says, "So what is the joy of a hypocrite? Though he gain the world, he shall lose his soul." So it doesn't matter, even though you get these different things. You might get you a luxury house, a luxury car. You could, at the drop of a dime, you could jump from one state to the next, or one country to the next.
live in these different areas, have the top tier hotels and condominiums or whatever, villas, whatever location, depending on the countries or whatnot you're living in. But at the end of the day, it's a gaping hole of reality that's set in your mind that you can't patch up no matter what you do. That's why a lot of these individuals turn to drugs, because they want to, make that great escape without actually uh, committing suicide. And some of them would actually just go to the extreme and commit suicide. And most people look at it as an enigma. Damn, why did they kill themselves? Their lives seem so perfect, not knowing what they actually had to undergo. You know, they gave their soul and gave their life over, whether it was deliberately or even a family member, mother or father, made them pass through that fire. Like in the ancient world, they would sell their children unto Baal, made them pass through the fire, which was a forbidden practice in Israel. But in here, it's a lot of individuals that sacrifice their children unto the spiritual demon Satan. So Matthew 16:26, for what is a man profited if he gain the whole world, and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Yeah, so the soul is divine, it's for you to keep and harvest the spirit of righteousness within, protect at all costs, not give it away for filthy lucre, you know, because the spirit is worth more than material wealth. Scripture speak about the fashion of this world fadeth away, you know. But, it's a lot of judgment that's taking place for these individuals. But the Most High ultimately is going to redeem us. Like I said, the elect, the ones that see through this crap, and we cast down these strongholds, man, because this Hollywood and these different, social statuses and stuff like that, that's what people think is, the glory. That's why they call it a celebrity, to be of the heavens. They look at that as basically heaven on earth, but they make a actual pit for themselves, and it becomes a hell on earth. But that's all I wanted to speak of, just going into that, just the sick, demented, twisted ways of this devil. And this devil is going to reach, which he's already at the point, his sins are reached to the heavens, and he's going to face a harsh, judgment, that judgment of being fully drenched with nuclear hellfire. So with that, I'm going to end it by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Shem, Yahweh, Shabbat, Shem, Rakakodash, the bonus to the apostle and others, a great millstone. Shalom, Makim.